The Dark Family Secrets You Were Finally Let In on Part 4. When my mother died, I found out she had had multiple female partners before my father. I only discovered this when two of her exes showed up to her funeral. Both of them were absolutely lovely. They told my sister and I a lot about our mom in her younger years. My mom shared so little of her past with us while she was alive. It was nice hearing about it, but also made us feel like we never really knew her at all. If you're a parent, don't let your kids discover your secrets after you are gone. I wish I could have learned about my mother's interesting and exciting life from her. Instead, I only got to see a glimmer of who she really was. I hope others let their families see the whole picture. Second story. I was in senior year of high school when I was told about the family tragedy by my grandparents. My grandfather's brother murdered his wife. She was trying to divorce him and he snapped. He went to jail and their son, my dad's cousin, was alone. He was in middle/high school. My grandparents convinced the deceased mother's side of the family to let them finish raising him and were able to get him back on a good path after the trauma he suffered. He has grown up into an absolutely wonderful man with a wonderful family and I love him. Third story. Great-grandpa was a fascist and got a death sentence, later life in prison, later reduced. It's debatable how fair it was. The other great-grandpa was shot dead by some man in front of his son, my grandpa, who would have gotten killed too but started running and managed to get out, only getting shot in the arm. His mom knew who was behind the murder but refused to tell him and his brothers so that they don't get revenge, and she didn't tell them until her death. Great-grandma read tarot cards for a regional political figure during an important political decision, though I think her role might be overly exaggerated by our family, so I'd rather not give the details. Grandma's brother was adored by a famous female poet, but was gay and murdered by his lover. This was really a secret because his mom was very religious, so my family only found out later. My grandma loved him a lot too and never fully got over his death. My grandpa was a good actor and was allegedly offered projects in Hollywood, but he turned it down because he thought people were too gay. His brother, though, had minor roles in some minor movies, carried a gun around and acted like a celebrity. Some of this sounds almost made up, but I think those were just interesting times to be alive.